Nothing like a freshly brewed pot of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. I said pot of coffee. Anyways, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psychos Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Just like I stated, Big Lamb has entered. That's right, Brandon from Australia. Good to see you. And yep, well, at least you changed your avatar, but needless to say, Dustin still ain't here, Satan. I don't know. Might be a while before you see him anyway. Paulie Mick who we're gonna not Mick Jagger, okay? And we'll just say that right off the bat. No, it's not Mick Jagger. I found out about this death. This happened the 19th of December, actually. hmm That's right, Brandon. You got it right. It is Mick Abrams from Jethro Tull. We will we and Bloodwind Pig and everything else. We'll talk about that. Dustin's in the upside down right now. Hello, hello, all. That's right. Dustin is in the upside down. Even he's just like my heart skipped a beat when I saw the title. Well, yeah. See, if I was going to do that, it would have been more Stones related. You see, instead I went and gave you album titles for your title today. I know I'm snitching early. Yes, their first guitarist. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Fact. That's right. Hi, Santa. Hope you're doing well. Will. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, I'm okay for what it's worth. Three more days of bullshit work, and then I'll have a couple of days off. We just lost the guy from the Wire TV show today. I don't know anything about this. I've heard of the Wire, but I never saw it. That's right. Hi to everybody. Indeed. Almost got 10 people, and we haven't been on here for a minute. That is what I'm talking about, gang. That is what I'm talking about. We like to amuse. And in case anybody's got a scorecard, much cooler. The last few days have been over 36 degrees Celsius, which I remember you saying to me was hot as balls last time. We talked about this at VC Weather. That's right. But for the scorecard today, show 997. That's right, 997. Three more to go, gang. Three more to go. We're looking at either Christmas Eve or Christmas, having that 1,000th episode. It's going to be a fun one, kids. Maybe if it's Christmas Eve, we might do an extra long special episode. Yes, seriously, maybe a couple hours. That'd be all right, and maybe with some whiskey, maybe. But needless to say, I'm just glad to have everybody here. It's always good to have everybody here for sure when possible. I want to thank everybody so far for watching and subbing. Gained a few more subs literally over the last couple days. And one of them that came up is Radio LA Princess. That's the newest one to come up in the system. Yeah, I know, 1,000, but it took almost 15 years to get to 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. That's a long time. I just got too much going. That's the problem. Or maybe I would have. I remember what was it when Mazzy said he hit his 1,000th, and it was only after a year or two. I'm like, Jesus. I said, I wish I could have got 1,000 episodes after a year or two. But when you're retired, you can pretty much bend your schedule a hell of a lot more. At least that's what I think about the whole thing. James Farley, how you doing? Yes, indeed. So you know what? What's this? So happy to have part of the history of your show, Brother Paul. Fact. Well, thank you. And like I said, it's everybody. Well, that's 10/100s if my mathematics serves. That is absolutely correct. King James, bro. And the thing is that all those 1,000 episodes that we've just about been getting ready to do here. You guys, I said this in my intro video several years ago. You guys are what makes the show. It's the audience that makes the show. I'm just the big fat bearded idiot that just kind of like is like an air traffic controller with where we go and the people and the music and all that other stuff. I try to keep you guys entertained. I know I sometimes yip yap a little longer than I should, but you know what? Remember what I said. This is kind of a therapy session I do. several times a week, or at least I try to several times a week. That's right. Rocker man. Do 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 do. Well, thank you. Out of all honesty, that does mean a lot from all of you. Seriously, I'm not bullshitting you on that. I don't, I wouldn't do that to you guys. But why don't we get into? Let's see here. Hang on a minute. Oh, for your private or public listening on LR on Little River Band called "How Many Nights." Interesting. How many nights? There's so much in the. Yeah, it's definitely the island of VC misfit toys, is what this is, and I just happen to be making wings again. Seems like recurring theme here. LOL. Fact. Spread your wings and let me. I always thought I'm like, what a dirty little lyric that's in Tonight's the Night from Rod Stewart, right? I knew some radio stations wouldn't play that line. It's like, gee, I wonder why. Spread your wings. Or what's the other one? Take these broken wings, Mister. Yeah. Or of course we could talk about Paul McCartney. I'm surprised he never wrote a song called Wings for his band Wings, even if it was like an instrumental. That would have been something. Speaking of that, I wasn't planning on going on Beatles stuff before we start with the Mick Abrams tribute, but I thought this was kind of funny and I want to kind of share it with you a little bit. So this Anthology 4 bullshit comes out, right? And we talked about that and I reviewed it and all that other stuff. Well, now it seems like that there's three um demos, if you will, okay, that have surfaced. I'm assuming these things were in private collector hands. I know for a fact that you can listen to, because I heard it this morning, the demo to "What Goes On," which of course Ringo would end up singing that right on a B side. But the demo is way different. It almost kind of has a partial Everly Brothers feel to it. And I'm like, why the hell wasn't this on Anthology 4? Along with the demo to "Love of the Loved" and the earliest recorded version of "Misery," which I am told was mid-January 1963, and it possibly could have been recorded in a empty cavern club. They exist. They're out on YouTube, and I'm just sitting here. And I like I said, I listened to the "What Goes On." I haven't heard the other two yet, but they're supposedly out there. I'm hopefully Apple isn't going to take them down really really fast. But these were all demos and such in private collector hands, and I'm like, the anthology was made wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you never know. I just don't know. Yeah, of course more stuff's been found, it always ends up being that way. And being a Doctor Who fan, we talked about that there's at least one or two new new archival 60s episodes that have found, but there's legal red tape keeping them from going into the proper hands to finish the restoration. I don't know. It's Hartnell or Troughton era. I can't tell you any more than that because that's all saving him for Anthology 5. Oh my God. You know what, Terry? I would have maybe laughed about that a couple of years ago. I don't laugh about that anymore, only because I could see him trying it. I simply could. All right. To the almost 15 people in here, thanks for being here for a little while, taking your time out. Smash the like button, please. That's always good and important. Check your subscriptions, see if you subscribe to this little fun show. Because, like I said, hopefully 2026, we're going to have ourselves some more fun for that matter. Yeah, live and let it die. And if you guys feel like it, please donate. The money stays in the show. Cheap coffee, cheap records like the 49-cent record finds that I found last episode. I told you, and all that other stuff. If whatever you feel like, and of course, it doesn't cost to watch this thing, but it always helps, especially offsetting that $45 StreamYard fee a month. Thank you. Well, you're too kind, to be honest with you. Too kind. All right. I'm going to shut up for a little bit here, except for Yes, that's right. Rest in peace, Mick Abrams. Dead at the age of 82. He was the original guitar player for Jethro Tull in 1967 and 60 to 68. And right off the bat, we're going to play, and this is the opening track to the only album that he's on, called This Was. And the song here, My Sunday Feeling. And how convenient that it's Sunday. Yes. Was it destiny? That's right, My Sunday Feeling, off the album This Was, from Jethro Tull 1968. So that's part of the title, right? Well, then we go off, and he leaves. Difference of opinion in the direction of the band, basically between him and Ian Anderson. So he forms Bloodwind Pig. That's right. What a name, right? I had the first album. I don't know whatever happened to it. I might have ended up selling that one. I never did find, though, the second album, which is called Getting to This. See where I went on this? This here is a song called Drive Me. Yes. That's right. From Bloodwood Pig, Drive Me, from Getting to This, 1970. That's right. That is absolutely right. Svengoolie can promote the band in Berwyn. Yes, that's right. Seasons Creepings, ladies and gentlemen. Seasons Creepings. This next one here, some have titled it the Mick Abrams Band. Some call it Mick Abrams, but this is from 1971. And this one is called Greyhound Bus. I've been on a Greyhound bus a couple of times. I'm not going to lie. Very weird experiences. I did not care for it one bit. But you got to do what you got to do when you don't have money in the wallet. Hi, Toby. Yes. That's right, Greyhound Bus from 1971, Mick Abrams. So, he did a few more solo albums, of course. Then he was having health problems for about a good 6, 7 years, if I remember correctly, on that. Maybe slightly longer than that. But the last album that he did was in 2015, and I don't know if Martin Barr is on this track. He's got a few guest stars, but this is from the album Revived from 2015, and this one is called I Can Tell. Look at that picture.
Well, I can't tell because it's plain to see. And I can't tell the way you look at me. The way you know when you hold my hand. Yes, pretty baby, I understand.
Definitely.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell. I know you don't love me no more. Ask your mama and your papa too. What more can a man do? You've been running with a heartbreaker all around town. Here's a new bounce that put me down. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. I know you don't love me no more. Well, you know you won't answer that telephone. When I knock on your door, they say you won't be home. Your sister let me in, I tell you, I can't wait. When you come home, you show up real late. Now I can tell, yeah, I can tell. I know you don't love me no more. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I guess you can tell. From 2015, Revived, Mick Abrams' last album, period. So that was the tribute to him. Like I said, passed away at the age of 82. I love his guitar work, though. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, what a guitar player. And yes, I had that copy, John, of A Head Rings Out. And I remember playing it, and I was like floored on that album. Like I said, I never saw the second one, but that first one I definitely got. Now, I do. I thought this was new music that I was going to show you and play. I guess it came out about a year ago today, okay? I feel stupid. I only found out about this band maybe about a couple weeks ago. I went off and I ordered a signed CD some of you prog people, this is prog rock we're going to be talking about, okay? So we're talking about, and I love this name, the Emerald City Council, as in Wizard of Oz. Yes, the Emerald City Council. The album is called Motion Carries, which I dig that title because it makes a lot of sense about in life. This is what it kind of looks like here. Now, they signed this for me, all right, and your lineup pretty much has, okay, Jake Livgren, who is the nephew of Kerry Livgren from Kansas, and also Noah Hungate, who's David Hungate's son from David Hungate from Toto. So this thing here, there's also a couple guest stars on here. Let me see if I can read this. Brandon Goff. I can never pronounce this dude's name, but I met him. Paul B. Oh, jeez. B-I-A Kowitz. It's a very long name, so forgive me. Jeffrey Combs, Mike Thompson, and a few others on Emerald City Council. Rumor has it they're working on a new one coming out maybe sometime next year. Until then, let's play the opening track to Emerald City Council called Escape from the Ancient. Yes.
Shrouded within the darkest recesses
Oh,
of
nice.
your past are the persistent reminders of your failures and inadequacies. Haunted by the shadows of yesterday, you are forced to relive your greatest mistakes. The grip of the ancient self binds you in shackles of your own making, preventing you from moving beyond who you were and becoming who you were meant to be. You must summon your will to escape the ancient and find your moment.
How about that, huh? How about that for an opening track? I liked it. Did you like it? Emerald City Council. They have a website. Go look it up. They also have a Facebook page. Go look it up. Get yourself a copy of that today. They even have vinyl as well. So, Emerald City Council. Of course, that's after purchasing some Project Gemini records from Mark. Okay? Do me a favor. Tell Emerald City Psycho sent you because I told them that I was going to be playing a track off of here and there will be a future album review. Yes, that's right. You know, around here, yes, they have a Spotify. Thank you. Also, Spotify, if you're into that, they got that on there too. Thank you, Brandon. You know, around here, we like to give many chances for many bands to have their spotlight shine just for a little bit longer. Here's one that I know that this isn't their last chance, at least on this show. Shooting Star.
Hey
Right.
man,
Shooting
damn,
Star
that
from
was
Shooting
really
Star from
good.
Kansas City, Missouri. They
Oh,
were the first American.
I can't hear y'all.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. You can't hear me? Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Needless to say, Shooting Star from Kansas City, Missouri, the first American act to sign with Richard Branson's Virgin Records. That's right. While he gets himself maybe trying to come back on here, here's a track that I tripped up on earlier. Oh, maybe he's back.
Damn,
There you go.
that was really really good.
that
Oh man,
was
especially when they were like, especially when the song started to take off. Oh man, shooting star. I've written that down, and I've also saved the one previous beforehand. Very very good.
I'm telling you, I've always liked Shooting Star. I remember hearing that Last Chance. Probably, let's see, that came out in '78, I think.
Hey,
'78.
Down.
hey, Mello.
Hey,
What's up,
Mello.
brother? Paul. How you doing,
Yeah.
guys?
Very good.
But yeah, so like I said, I think I'm going to dig this Emerald City Council too.
Kind of
Shooting
amazing.
Star put out. Let me think about this. I mean, they show the 4 albums on the anthology, but I think they put out another 2 to 3 more. So there's probably about 7 of them, and and that's where um, Ronnie Platt left. He was like an interim singer in Shooting Star. He went to Kansas, and that's how he's been on those last couple albums.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so kind of
I
a
didn't,
jumping point.
I didn't realize he had like that long of a career, like the 70s, like late. You said 70. Was
Oh no
that
no no
him?
no 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 no
Oh,
no no no. This was like '90s for him. He was
sorry.
no no. It's all good. See, I remember seeing him play in a band called Era,
Yeah.
ARRA, and they would play all the prog rock stuff. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. They went all over the spectrum, and so he trained himself pretty good. But I mean, yes, Kansas, uh, Starcastle, Genesis, just anybody you could think of, pretty much they would cover. Sometimes they'd
Right.
go deep cuts. I'm like, the guy, Ronnie and his band knew what the hell they were doing. I don't recall if they ever made an album though. I don't remember ever seeing an album or even a single.
See, that would be a great shame. Like even though he has recorded with Kansas like since. Hi, David.
David.
It would still it's a great shame when stuff like that doesn't go down due to, it's always to do with the money, always. But no,
Right.
that was great, and that was the greatest hits album, right?
That one is an anthology. Yeah, that Last Chance came off of the first album, if I remember correctly. They did another one which wasn't shown on that anthology bit, but Hang On to Your Life, where the motorcycle guy literally like he's jumping over a bed in the bedroom, and he like goes
Wow.
through the wall, and I'm like going, I've got the first 4 albums. I finally just picked up the Geffen. They were on Geffen for 1 album, and then for
Really?
some reason they dropped them, like, in the mid-'80s. I'm like, "Big mistake there, Geffen, big mistake."
Yeah.
Did I hear you right saying they were on Virgin, like one of the first acts to be?
Mhm. Yep. First
And they're
first American act.
well, yeah, because I was going to say, like, because a lot of the Virgin seems to be all the British acts, but yeah, that's surprising that like Virgin as well.
Very, very. They have a book out that I wanna get. They did a band story, and I that's one that it's done by my buddy Jeremy Paul Amick, who I showed the Missouri book and the Head East book, but he does a Shooting Star book too, and I need to get that one too.
What's do they have quite a colorful career, like similar to Anvil,
Well,
That's all.
and I don't mean
Anvil's
that
pretty good live.
at all.
I well, the thing is they they're back on, like, well, what do you wanna call it? I don't wanna say oldies upswing. They A lot of these bands are working on new material, but, it's kinda funny as at least in the state of Missouri, like I said, they were started in Kansas City, okay? And Missouri, band was near there too. Sometimes interacted, these guys. And
Right.
at least in the state of Missouri and Southern Illinois and such, they're getting together to do small concerts. They did one. What was it, last year? And or no, earlier this year, excuse me, over the summer, and it was Missouri, Shooting Star, Head East, and Foghat of all things. Foghat was that stuck out like a sore thumb, and the rest of it, but it was all Missouri centric, except for
Right.
Foghat. And I'm like, which Foghat's still a damn good band, but I'm
Right.
like, what the hell? I said, this doesn't make much
It's
sense. But
amazing you hear these legacy bands like like Manowar or something, and you see
well,
like they
there's
put out album after album, and you don't even realize that like they went on 30 more years from like the time when everybody knew and listened to them and stuff, and
And they're still
it's
putting
just
out
funny
music.
that. That's what I mean. A lot of bands are like that, you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
still put out music, but nobody cares or knows about it except their core fans, that really.
well, exactly right. Like, imagine being on those like '80s cruises, and a lot of them were only one or two hit wonders. Like, imagine, like, and they've got this whole other career that they're
Yeah.
missing, is what I say. They're missing out if they're only enjoying one or two songs.
My
So
friend
see,
went on one of those rock cruises, and literally there were like 60 bands on there,
oh
and there
my.
were, I mean, bands like Dokken and Y&T and Black Label Society. Like, it was a gigantic cruise. Like, Striper was on there, TNT, LA Guns. It was like a whole rock cruise, and they do it every year. I guess out of Florida or
I would have been the
somewhere.
nerd. I would have been the nerd with the there'd be a couple suitcases. One is for my regular clothes. The
Yeah, one
others
for
are
all your
full of
artifacts.
vinyl from all the bands that are going to be there. It's like, and then you
Yeah.
hear somebody as I'm going up the gangplank. Oh fuck, no! I heard about this guy.
Oh
Torture
shit!
every one of them. He's got albums from every one of these bands on
No,
the damn ship. And I'd be like, "You're damn right, I do. Now let me up."
you won't believe it, but like she said that they would wake up and literally like Tom Kiefer would be walking by, or Phil Lewis, or somebody, and they would be taking pictures. Zach Wild, they got pictures with Zach Wild. They got pictures with Faster Pussycat was there. Like all these '80s,
Yeah.
hair metal bands. Jeff Scott Soto was there.
Have you
You
fellas
know,
ever been on a cruise? One of
I
those
never
cruises?
been. Nope.
No,
Never
I've
been
never
on a
been on
cruise.
one. I almost wanted to go on a Kiss cruise a few years back, but I just never had the money to do it because it ain't cheap to do that shit. It's just
How
not.
much is it? How much when you looked into it? How
Oh,
much?
it's like $1,200, I think.
Couple
Pardon?
thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look up the Rock Cruise. Honestly, look up the lineup this year for the Rock Cruise. It's a who's who of heavy metal. Like I mean, literally 50, 60 bands all on this cruise for 7 days. And they have concerts every day, you know, and then they have other tribute bands, and like half the whole thing is all musicians. You know, it's like
Oh, I'd want to get off after the set. I'd have enough after the first day. The second day, I'd want to get off, man.
I get
That's
Impossible.
seasick.
That's what's
I get
called you go to the buffet or you go back in your cabin and go read a book for a little bit or you just I'll agree maybe on the seasick. I mean, although I will admit the last couple times I was on smaller boats, I didn't
yeah.
have
yeah.
that
I
problem, but
never
I've never been on a big one like that.
Right. I don't
That's
know what it feels like to
but
be on
not
a love boat size, ocean liner, to know if I would get
a
sick.
love
I love
boat.
that show. I
Sinks.
really do.
Next
I
on
got
ABC.
that and
Love boat.
Fantasy Island back to back, man. I used to watch them on Saturday nights, every Saturday night when I was young.
Yeah,
ABC.
I read a brief bio about Tattoo. That's the short person
Yeah,
that sang
Hervé
that.
Villechaize.
Ah.
Oh man,
He was
uh,
wild.
oh
Did you
yeah,
ever see the movie? The movie they made about him with Peter Dinklage played Hervé Villechaize.
real. When they actually
Unbelievable
made
too.
a
He
movie,
did a great job. I got to hand it to him. You would never expect he did a phenomenal job. Honestly.
I heard he's quite volatile of a person. Used to fly off
Oh
the
my
handle
God.
and
He was like times he was like Scarface. I mean, literally. He was like for a little guy, he had no fear, man. He was like he acted mafia, like a
oh
lot of
yeah,
times.
like I could imagine him having the Phil Spector episode.
Oh,
Like,
he's had those definitely. Like, yeah, and I'll tell you what, he used to carry a gun with him all wherever he went. Obviously, for his size, he probably did feel a little intimidated on things, but he had the Napoleon complex. So, literally, the first exposure anybody ever seen him was a mafia, part of the mafia and James Bond. So,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
right.
he carried that with him.
And what kind of mafia? That's the question.
Or
I
could
know,
be in
right?
The Sopranos.
Oh God! Oh
Honestly.
God!
But
Holy
I'm telling you,
walnuts.
like even Ricardo Montalban was kind of intimidated by him. Like literally, the guy had a spirit like as big as a lion. So
That's what she. Anyways, it's the Corinthian leather. It was the real Corinthian leather
yeah,
is what
right.
intimidated him. See what
Uh,
when you
The
brought up about the
blade.
gun, immediately what came into my head was AC/DC's Big Guns.
Yeah, right.
or
That song.
guns, or
Yes.
I forget what was that.
Shoot the bill.
Big
Yeah.
Rosie or something. Big Rosie.
Oh God! Whole lot of Rosie.
Whole
Yeah.
lot of Rosie.
That would be
That's not
funny.
bad.
That would be
I
funny.
My
I should
band is playing a whole lot
that.
of Rosie
I don't
right
know.
now. We do that song.
Sorry, what was
My
that,
cover
Mello?
band. I said my cover band, Metalcore Set. It's called. We do actually a whole lot of Rosie with a female
Oh,
singer. It's a female
by
singer
the
that's them.
by the way, kudos on that Christmas
Oh,
video that
thank
you
you
put
so
up.
much. I honestly, it's got on my one page, it's got over 1,000 views already. I'm like
Really,
really, really, really happy about it on my Facebook post that I did.
man.
YouTube, I don't know what it's doing. I'm
I
getting a couple comments on there.
wouldn't want to drop a tab and watch some of that. Hey, like the animation was probably was really
Yeah,
good.
right.
A
I
lot of
appreciate that. That means the world to me. It really does.
because a lot of
Anybody wants to see it, it's on my page. I just posted, I think yesterday, or the day before, I put it on there.
does stuff like that take long to render, or you just type in
It started
a
out, believe it or
description of
not, the song was written in 2003 or 4 around was when I really wrote the song. And
yeah.
every year I kept saying I wanted to put it out. 20 years went by where I kept forgetting. Like by Christmas, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot my Christmas song again. I mean, 20 times. So this time, actually last year in 2024, I had a core video and I was too late. I literally finished it on December 26th. I think I showed it
What?
one time somewhere, but it wasn't like what it is now. It was a little different. So this time I said, I'm
It
making sure I'm
it was
getting it
on
out.
my show.
Right, that's right. I showed
Yeah.
it after Christmas, and
Yep.
it nobody even paid attention to it. I never posted it again. It just was a blip, and then and nobody really saw it. So it was like still brand new. I just enhanced it a little more because the capabilities were a little better with the AI and the video program and stuff, and it's amazing what can be done. Now I'm going to be doing a lot more because they got even newer programs. You just put the music in there, and it'll start generating videos that'll complement the music already. So, it's like you can now customize it in any way you want just by typing out. You really the AI is now your editor, now your producer. Now, like, you're just communicating with this thing, and it'll just do it for you. You'll never have to open up Photoshop again. You'll never have to.
Mm.
It's crazy. It's really, and it's the worst it'll ever be. Tomorrow it'll be better. Next week it'll be better. A month from now, a year from now, I can't even imagine what capabilities are going to be in a month from now, a year from now. And there
You're
should be
right.
no excuse. Everybody's like, anybody who's a musician now, their music videos should be stellar. There's no excuse now. Like, you can make a stellar, incredible looking video. There's no excuse. The stigma's going away. Everyone's like, oh, I'm a real artist, and I'm gonna. All the tools are getting AI on there. Every musician's going to be using AI. Every filmmaker, every artist. Maybe the ones that are using an easel and an actual paintbrush on a canvas, but every digital artist, and that there's more digital artists than real artists nowadays. You know what I mean? I'm an airbrush artist. I actually hold an airbrush and do murals on walls and stuff. So it'll be a long time before robots get to do that.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
not, though. They have little machines, drones now that can just spray it. It's like,
Oh God, that is true.
it's
Those
like
drones.
there's going to be no end. Like, they just say, who's going to bend over and fix your toilet? They'll just have little drone things that'll just go under there. Honestly, like,
Who's gonna bend over it? Oh no, not the
you'll
drone.
never see it. You'll never see a plumber's crack ever again.
Yikes.
Uh, My bad.
And hit
Sorry.
that like, people.
But yes, please
Smash
do.
that
We'll,
like.
we'll appreciate it. We're going to play another song here, and then after that, we're going to do a short double song tribute to somebody that passed away 2 years ago today. Actually,
Oh,
some prog rock.
wow.
We're going to play some more, but this one here is one I tripped on a day or two ago. Never heard of this band before, but I kind of like it. From 1981, it's a
That's the way.
band called
I
Great
like it.
Buildings. Great
Nice.
Buildings, and it's called "Hold On to Something."
Awesome. Pretty
Great
rocking, man. I
Buildings,
like that.
hold on to something.
Really
Yes,
good.
yes, that's what I always tell her. Anyways,
It's amazing. Like, you hear a time era of a song like that, and you hear like the quality of the playing, the writing. Like, these people really tried to write a hit song. Like they put their heart and soul into it, and you can feel it. Like, it's authentic and genuine.
yeah,
And you listen to like music today, it's a lot of it sounds so contrived, like they're almost trying too hard or something, and it's always missing the mark to me compared to, like, if a band came out today with a song like that, I'd be like, wow, these guys should be on the radio right now. It's like,
I call
whoa, what's
Psycho, the
up
leader of the
there?
island of BC, misfit vinyl community, cool but slightly deranged, institutionalized magnetic toys. Fact, you're damn right. You are
brother
damn
brother Richard James,
right.
brother
Now,
RJ, man, I love that
this
guy.
this two song tribute. It was 2 years ago today. Um, Christmas was her favorite holiday.
Ooh,
She if she could have had a Christmas room full of Santa Claus and various Christmas items, uh, in fact, I remember there is such a store though. It's called the Christmas Store in Rockford, Illinois. I don't know if it's still there, but it's a beautiful place. And I remember me and her under that big tree. But the thing is that I'm talking about my former fiance and one of my best friends by the name of Mary, and she died of stage 4 lung cancer 2 years back, and She was a big prog rock fan. She was a big rock fan. She used to be a disc jockey in the late '70s, early '80s in
Wow.
Central Illinois, actually. Smoking one up for you, he says. But
Amen, brother.
two of her favorite bands were Yes and the Moody Blues. And so we're going to start off. This is one of her favorite songs. In fact, she got me kind of turned on to this song, and I have played it once before on this show, but it's been quite a while. So let's play the 9.5 minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. If you got to go to the bathroom, this would be the time to do it.
DJs love this kind of stuff.
I know. So me too. Starship Trooper from Yes. Never mind. Mello's not here, man. Our second one, she loved the Moody Blues so much. I thought we'd play one of our favorites. I know it was on the radio. Phone just died. He just said, I present to you the voice from Long Distance Voyager.
Heard it a bunch of times. Bye, Paul.
That is in tribute to Mary Ellen. I love you, Mary Ellen, and I know you're taking good care of our kids. So, how you doing, Dave?
Okay. I wanted to see. Are you done with? I want to see if I could. If I can't present it to you, I'll put in the private link. Or a Christmas song for you from '78. See.
Let's see what you.
I wish I could.
Sorry for the drag out on my phone, as there's an issue with my actual internet. Doing what I can. If I don't make it back up, have a great Christmas with family. Merry Christmas to you too. But believe you me, we're probably going to be doing shows Tuesday. Let's see, Tuesday early evening, hopefully Christmas Eve night,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe an earlier one on Christmas. Hopefully, if we can get my schedule straightened out, and Lord willing. Well, of course, you're always welcome. Let's see what you got going, because I am. And by the way, Jeff, I apologize. We'll do humble pie on the next episode, okay, due to time constraints. But let's see what you've got, because I got one song left in the queue.
I put it in a private chat. I can't present stuff anymore.
Let's see what you got here. If it ends up being something that.
Did I get the right song or not?
What the heck? All right, I don't know what this is, but I'm willing to take a stab at this. So, I've never heard this, gang, but Dave has, because he hears everything, and so this is Boney M, I guess, Mary's Boy Child. I don't know.
It's an inspirational song, and there's two medley.
It's an inspirational song with a beat, and you could dance to it, and I give it an 80. You know, that wasn't bad. I'd never heard that before.
Well, I only discovered it on the internet a few years ago. I haven't much.
Well, you know, like I said, we did need a Christmas song, and that definitely was a little bit different, and that's why we played it. Thank you, Dave.
Brandon is right. Frank. I read the people you see like performing the song in videos. Only one or two were actual singers or something.
Yeah, they like to do that a lot in the videos and stuff. I think one of the ones that throws me off when I see it, which one of these days we'll play the video, not today, but just for a good laugh, is Vinnie Vincent Invasion's Boys Are Gonna Rock, which the whole album, that first album from Vinnie in '86 is done by Robert Fleischman, who of course was a singer in Journey in 1977. So he goes from Journey to almost 8 years later with Vinnie Vincent. Well, he didn't sign the contract. There was like some contract bullshit. So needless to say, even though the album was released, he did not show up in the video. This is where Mark Slaughter shows up. From Slaughter.
Yeah.
So Mark is singing Robert Fleischman. He's mimicking Robert Fleischman's vocals. I'm like, this is just too weird.
I don't think I remember that music video.
The whole video is over the top. I heard there was a big budget for this thing, and I'm like, oh my God. It was like they tried to check every box. Well, maybe we'll play it next show. Ladies and gentlemen, going ahead an hour and a half here, and that's exactly the goal I kind of had going for today because I do have to go to work early in the morning. But I wanted to thank everybody here. I want to thank Brandon and Mello for, of course, being here despite the internet outages from both. It sounds like to me.
I'm late. I know.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Hopefully, we're shooting for doing a show Tuesday. I'm still trying to squeeze in for tomorrow. I said squeeze in. The Aw Crap. It's a Christmas album. I'm hoping to get another one out. I didn't get to get as many out as I wanted to. Sorry, my phone sucks. Fact. Well, believe you me, I remember the old internet. I had to get Ugandan internet and Ukrainian internet. Then I had to go to Chile and Chilean internet. It was no fun. But it is time for an old bearded fat man that happens to temporarily resemble like Christmas Santa Claus to chew a record. Good night, everybody. Love you all, and thank you. Be careful. Be safe.
Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.